Want to know how to turn the sting of being ignored into the kind of raw, unstoppable energy that'll have her squirming with regret while you're out there living your best life?
Of course you do!
Because while you're sitting there feeling like a total loser, overanalyzing every text you sent, staring at your phone, hoping for a reply that's never coming, she's out there. What? That's right, living, laughing, partying, posting those filtered selfies with captions like, "Good vibes only," and forgetting you faster than you forget where you parked your car. Wake up, bro. She hasn't lost a wink of sleep, hasn't skipped a single night out, hasn't stopped living her life. But you're stuck, spiraling, feeding your emotional masochism, waiting for some divine intervention to make her text you back with a, "Hey, stranger." So, let me ask you, how long are you gonna keep this up? How long are you gonna play the sad puppy, clinging to scraps of hope, chasing someone who couldn't care less? How long are you gonna be the king of pointless daydreams? But hold up, breathe. There's hope yet. I'm not here to coddle you, though. This video isn't for guys who want to keep scavenging for crumbs. This is for the ones ready to flip the script for real. The ones who want to look in the mirror and see a guy so confident, so magnetic, that she'll be the one thinking, "How did I mess this up so bad? And how do you pull that off?" No, it's not some cheesy pickup artist trick or lame push-pull game. It's about real change from the inside out. You can't fake this, and you can't half-ass it. Either you evolve or you stay the guy she barely remembers. So stick around to the end because I'm about to lay out the ruthless roadmap to make it happen. And, bonus, never again be the guy she ignores like a flyer on the street. But first, man up and do your part. This video's here because someone out there had the basic decency to hit like and subscribe. So, do the bare minimum, alright? Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a quick "thanks bro" in the comments. It's not for me, it's for the algorithm. That's how we make sure this wake-up call reaches more lost souls who need a solid slap in the face. No fluff, no whining, no cheap self-help nonsense. Let's get to it. Number 1. Facing why. You got ghosted, and stop kidding yourself like a lovesick teen. Before we do anything, let's rip off the band-aid and face the ugly truth. No sugarcoating. Yeah, you got ghosted. And no, buddy, it wasn't an accident. She didn't miss your message while she was off doing yoga or hiking in the Himalayas. She saw it. She read every word. And guess what? She chose not to reply. Why? Because to her, you weren't worth the effort of typing 3 letters.
Ouch, right?
Good. It's supposed to hurt. That's how you snap out of it. Most guys cling to cozy lies. Oh, she's just busy. Maybe her phone died. Or the classic, she's probably just confused about her feelings. Sure, champ. She's so confused she posted 17 stories at the club while forgetting you exist. Get real! The truth is brutal, plain and simple. You weren't interesting, attractive, or memorable enough to take up space in her head. You were just another guy. And honestly, not even a memorable one. Let's dissect this disaster. Who's the textbook ignored guy? Spoiler, it's you. The predictable dude, always available, replying in 5 seconds flat, sending good morning, good afternoon, good night, like an emotional chatbot on overdrive. No mystery, no challenge, no edge. Just an endless rerun of the same bland guy she's seen a million times. In your desperate need to please, you lost all value. She can predict your every move with surgical precision, what you'll say, when you'll text, and how you'll keep chasing even after she leaves you on red. In short, you're disposable, never a priority. Today's women, flooded with notifications, likes, and options, don't have time for guys who scream neediness, insecurity, or desperation. You think she's gonna pause her life to reply to someone who's serving himself up like a gas station freebie? Hell no. She wants the guy who stands out, who commands attention, who doesn't beg for scraps like an emotional stray. And there you are, sitting on the shelf of easy to ignore. Stings to hear it? Damn right. But this is the wake-up call you need. Without it, you'll keep blaming her, fate, or your phone's algorithm. Newsflash. It's not her fault. It's not the universe's fault. It's yours. Your weak, predictable, needy vibe landed you in this pathetic spot. Got why you got ghosted? Good. Accept it. Process it. Move on. Because only after swallowing this bitter pill do you have a shot at climbing out of the forgettable zone and maybe, just maybe, into the irresistible league. That's what we're diving into next, if you've got the guts to keep going, that is. Number 2, the weakness trap. How you dug your own grave, one text at a time. Now that you finally faced why you got ghosted, props, not everyone makes it this far without curling up in a ball. It's time to dig deeper. It's not enough to know you got ignored. You need to see how you ended up in this sad state of weakness. Yeah, weakness. I'm not here to baby you or say it's all good. It's not. You turned yourself into the poster boy for neediness. The guy wagging his tail, begging for a scrap of attention. And the kicker? Nobody forced you. You did this to yourself and you did it well. It starts small, almost sneaky. You think she's cool, get those butterflies, want to make her smile fine, that's normal. But then, boom, you're living for her. You erase yourself. Hobbies, gone. Friends, ghosted. Self-respect, never heard of it. Everything revolves around this one woman who, let's be real, isn't even taking you seriously. Cue the pathetic scene. Her every notification controls your mood. She replies, "You're on cloud 9, like you just won the lottery." She leaves you on red. You're spiraling, questioning your existence. You're her emotional puppet, dancing to her every whim or lack thereof. Here's a truth bomb nobody drops. That's the official stamp of weakness. No woman respects that. None. And what do, genius? You double down, texting again and again, chasing like a machine programmed to beg. The message you're screaming? "I have no life outside of you. Please notice me." Her reaction? Exactly what you'd expect. She loses any shred of interest. Desire doesn't come from your pathetic neediness. It comes from admiration, scarcity, challenge. Basic rule. The more you offer yourself up, the less you're worth. And you offered yourself up like a clearance sale. Your constant availability, your emotional predictability, your inability to set boundaries. It all landed you in the one place she'll never pull you out of, the ignore without guilt zone. While you were feeding this vicious cycle, eyes watering, thinking you were fighting for love, she was pulling further away, chilling, probably laughing with her friends while showing them your desperate texts. Because to her, it was crystal clear. You're too weak to be taken seriously. Accept it, man. You dug this hole yourself. But here's the good news. Owning it is step 1. Only those with the guts to admit their weakness can start building real strength and stop being the guy everyone can afford to ignore. That's what we're tackling next, if you've got the nerve to keep going. Number 3, the wake-up call. She doesn't care about you, and she never did. Here comes the hardest hit, the one you've been dodging but need to take square in the face. She doesn't give a damn about you. Not a bit, not a little, not at all. Hurts? Damn right it does. Congrats, you're human. But this is the shock you need, the electric jolt to snap you out of the rom-com fantasy you've been directing in your head. While you're losing sleep, overanalyzing every word of your last text, decoding her emojis, wondering if she's still thinking about you. She's out there living, partying, meeting new people, posting living my best life pics, filling her world with everything except you. And here's the brutal truth. You're not on her mind as much as you wish. Honestly, most of the time, you're not there at all. It's not because she's evil or heartless. It's just that to her, you've become irrelevant. Stings. Good. It has to. Only pain will burst that delusional bubble you've been blowing. Your biggest mistake, feeding that fantasy. You built a whole imaginary world where she's still yours, where her silence is just a game, where deep down she still cares. Spoiler, she doesn't. She hasn't since the moment she decided to ghost you. Stop romanticizing her absence or excusing her disregard with nonsense like she's busy or she's protecting herself. Nah, bro, she's just not into you. And the wildest part, that doesn't make her a villain. It just makes her someone who moved on without a second thought. Here's what'll burn. She doesn't wake up wondering if you're okay, if you'll text, or if you still like her. She wakes up, yawns, grabs her phone, replies to who she wants or doesn't, and goes on with her day. Your endless texts, your unanswered good mornings, your dramatic essays, they're just noise. A notification she swipes away without a glance. So please, stop fooling yourself that one more try will make her see your worth. It won't. Worth isn't proven by groveling. It's proven by absence, by scarcity. She'll only feel your loss when you're gone for good. But to get there, you need to do what you've been avoiding. Accept it, fully, painfully, right now. She doesn't care. This is the moment that separates the weak from the strong. The weak cling to illusions, beg for scraps, and cry into their pillows. The strong, they face reality, take a deep breath, stand up, and forge a new path not for her, not to impress anyone, but to never play this fool's game again. That's the path you're starting now if you've got the guts. Or are you gonna stay stuck, waiting for her to notice you? Number 4. The decision, no more humiliation. At least try, right? Now that reality's hit you like a runaway truck, it's time for the most critical moment of this whole mess. The decision. Not just any decision, the final one. The never again kind. No more chasing. No more playing the fool. Groveling for someone who's made it screamingly clear they don't give a damn. Enough. The pity party's over. This is the make or break moment. You either keep dragging yourself through the mud, embarrassing yourself without even realizing it, or you finally stand up, dust yourself off, square your shoulders, and walk away like you owe no one a damn thing. And for the sake of your dignity, let's be clear. I'm not talking about pretending you don't care while secretly crying to sad songs and checking her last scene. I'm talking about a real gut-level choice to stop being pathetic. Let's keep it 100. Every time you chase, send another text, or try one more time, you're just proving what she already knows. You're weak, predictable, desperate. And desire, it doesn't live there. Nobody wants, let alone respect someone who grovels. The best she might feel is pity. And newsflash, pity doesn't spark attraction. So, deciding to stop humiliating yourself is, in practice, deciding to start respecting yourself.
Set a boundary, man.
A non-negotiable one. No chasing someone who doesn't chase you. No convincing anyone of your worth because if they can't see it, they don't deserve it.
No settling for the role of the guy waiting in line like he's auditioning for a job he'll never get.
Done. Your new standard is self-respect. Your new rule is dignity. From now on, anyone who wants to be in your life can step up, show effort, cross the damn bridge. You're done begging for attention, for presents, for scraps. You're done being the backup plan, the third option, or the extra in her emotional drama.
You're embracing the risk of losing someone who doesn't value you. And guess what?
You'll gain a life where only those who see your worth get a seat at the table. This decision is the foundation of your glow-up. Without it, stop here and keep spinning in this pathetic cycle. With it, you're on the path from ignored to irresistible. But real talk, I'm not betting on you yet. Prove you've got it in you, or keep playing the clown in your own circus. Your call. Before we move on, listen up, champ. Sick of being her doormat, eating whatever crumbs she tosses your way and saying, thank you? Time to wake the hell up. No more swallowing disrespect or getting kicked around like yesterday's trash. Today's the day to flip this sorry game. There's a digital book waiting for you in the description. Why? To teach you how to be a challenge, to stop being her emotional punching bag, and to put any woman in her place. No mercy, no whining. You'll learn to never bow your head to anyone, and bonus, how to make her respect you, or better yet, how to not give a damn if she doesn't. The world doesn't pity losers, bro. Either you step up and set the rules, or you stay the fool who takes everything and says, thanks. Quick choice, man up or keep clowning. Number 5, strategic silence, your most lethal weapon. And finally, your only dignity. Now that you've miraculously decided to stop humiliating yourself, it's time to wield the tool you should have used from the jump, strategic silence. And let me tell you, this is your most powerful, devastating, and downright effective weapon. Not because you're some master manipulator, let's be real, but because it's the only shred of dignity you've got left. Silence hits hard, it unsettles. It plants that nagging question. Wait, what happened? While you were out there playing stalker, sending good morning, good afternoon, good night, liking every post, watching every story, you were screaming one thing, predictable, easy, always there. She knew, even when she ghosted you, you'd be back the next day, ready for another round of rejection. But when you vanish, when you go completely off the grid, when you stop reacting like a Pavlovian dog drooling for a bone, guess what? Her brain starts spinning. What's up? Why'd he disappear? Did he move on? Is he with someone else? Oh, the sweet chaos. The human mind can't resist what it can't control, and your silence creates a seismic shift, a void that weighs heavier than your constant, predictable presence. Because let's be honest, when you were always there, like a decorative plant, she didn't need to miss you. You were on demand, like cheap takeout. But now, with you gone, that empty space starts to itch. It sparks that quiet, nagging thought. Did I screw this up? And guess what? Yeah, she did. Or she should have, if you're smart enough to stick to it. Heads up. Strategic silence isn't a game. It's not manipulation. It's not a tantrum. It's your conscious way overdue choice to stop feeding someone who doesn't value you. It's not about disappearing to make her come crawling back. It's about disappearing because you finally get it. Your presence is a privilege, not a freebie. If she didn't appreciate it, she can deal with the absence. Starting now, this is an order, not a suggestion. Stop liking her posts, stop watching her stories, stop texting, stop creeping on her life like an emotional detective. Go dark, digitally and emotionally. Cut the desperation cycle and step into the power of mystery. And then, my friend, it's only a matter of time before she starts wondering, second-guessing, feeling that sting. Maybe even realizing the guy she ignored is the one she now wants back. And oops, it might just be too late. Tough luck, right? Silence is your weapon, your shield, your strategy, and most importantly, your loudest declaration of self-respect. Because if you can't shut up, you'll never be heard. Number 6, the inner shift mind and emotions, or stay the same broken mess. So, you've managed to zip it and embrace the silence. Congrats, that's a start. But don't get cocky, this is just the warm-up. Now comes the part that separates the men from the whiny boys, the inner transformation. And yeah, this is the big one, the most crucial, and the one most guys skip because they think disappearing is enough. Spoiler, it's not. You can ghost her, stop liking her posts, and cut contact, but if you're still the same insecure, needy guy inside, waiting for her to text like it's your lifeline, you're wasting everyone's time. The real change isn't in the messages you don't send, it's in the mindset you rebuild. This is your Save Your Dignity mission. First truth to swallow. Nobody wants to be around someone who doesn't love themselves. Nobody respects someone who doesn't value themselves, who lives for external validation. Step 1, simple but brutal, is building unshakable emotional independence. No more relying on her or any woman to feel good. No more letting a seen notification ruin your day. No more needing a heart emoji to sleep soundly. From now on, your happiness comes from you. Cliché? Sure, but it's the cliché that separates the man who commands respect from the boy begging for scraps. Emotionally independent men don't get ignored easily. They're wanted, admired, respected. Why? Because they radiate something you've never quite grasped. I'm enough, with or without you. That vibe is magnetic, undeniable, impossible to overlook. But here's the hard part. You've got to face your fears, insecurities, and weaknesses head on. Stop running from your loneliness and start seeing it as a chance to grow. Learn to be alone, not suffering, but building, strengthening, evolving. And through this process, yeah, it'll hurt. You'll notice something wild. That woman you've put on a pedestal, the one you thought was untouchable, starts to shrink. She fades from your mind like a cheap mirage. She stops being a goddess and becomes what she always was, just another person. Because the center of your universe isn't her anymore, it's you. When that day comes, and if you do this right, you'll realize you don't need her. You don't depend on her. Your life is full, vibrant, exciting, without her. And that, my friend, is when you become truly irresistible, not just to her, but to everyone. The inner shift is what separates the guys playing shallow games, posting gym selfies with fake smiles from the men who become the real deal. You can't just disappear or post "living my truth" captions if you're still broken inside. Fix yourself, strengthen yourself, become whole. Because only then, if she ever realizes what she lost, will you have the power to look back and maybe, just maybe not even want what you once begged for. This is your new path. With your mind fortified and your ego rebuilt, we can finally tackle the visible part of your transformation. Got the guts? Keep going. If not, back to the pity party. Number 7. Looks. Yeah, they matter. Way more than you want to admit. Enough with the lazy, "it's what's inside that counts" nonsense. Sure, your heart of gold matters. Like 15 interactions in, after she's already clocked your face, your vibe, your presence. The raw truth you need to drill into your skull? Looks matter. A lot. Especially early on, when nobody's digging for your hidden qualities. And let's be real. You, the ignored guy, probably let this slide. Got comfy, let yourself go, hid behind excuses like, "but I'm a nice guy." Cool story. The world's full of nice guys who look like they gave up on life. Meanwhile, the woman who ghosted you swimming in options didn't bother giving you a second glance. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. But now, things change. Your appearance becomes the mirror of your inner transformation. You can't build a bulletproof mindset and still walk around like a B-movie extra, slouched, defeated, with puppy dog eyes. The world sees your face, your clothes, your vibe before it sees your soul. First impressions are instant, instinctual, non-negotiable. And before you start whining, I'm not saying you need to look like a runway model or a gym bro. I'm saying do the bare minimum any self-respecting man does. Take care of yourself. Show through your appearance that you give a damn. Get a healthy body, wear clothes that fit, stand tall, own your space, flash a confident smile. Ditch that tragic haircut, toss the holy tease, and start projecting who you are now, not the sad sack you were when she ghosted you. You'll need to hit the gym, eat right, invest in your presence, so that when she sees you, she can't even connect you to the weak, predictable guy from before. If she spots you on the street, you want her thinking, "How did I let that guy slip away?" Oh, that moment's gonna feel good. Don't kid yourself, she'll notice. Women always do. She might play it cool, skip the like, keep up her aloof act, but she sees you. And when she sees you leveled up, hotter, sharper, more confident, the regret starts creeping in. Quietly, inevitably, and way too late. Your new look isn't vanity or shallow nonsense. It's a statement. A silent roar to the world and to her that you chose yourself. That you didn't stay stuck, crying, groveling, but turned rejection into rocket fuel to become someone bigger. And that, my friend, is the kind of man nobody ignores. Now that you're outside starting to match your inner strength, it's time to amplify your impact, not just in the mirror, but in the connections you make. Number 8. Social glow up, expand your circle. Or stay locked in your room, smelling her old hoodie. Your transformation can't stay quiet, my man. Now that your mind's stronger and you don't look like you just rolled out of a dumpster, it's time to do what you should have done ages ago. Get out there, widen your world, break out of your shell. Because, real talk, it doesn't matter how much you've leveled up if you're still holed up in your room, stalking her profile at 2 a.m., analyzing who liked her latest post. That's just sad. You need to show through actions, not desperate texts, that your life's moving forward, and not just forward, but better. Start going out, hitting new spots, meeting new people, build connections. This isn't just about getting back at her. It's for you. It enriches your life, which, let's be honest, was pretty stale, and creates a social vibe that screams value. People will see you out there, living, making moves, telling new stories. And her? Oh, she'll notice that smug confidence she had, that you'd always be there, waiting on the sidelines, start to crack. She'll think, I'm losing ground, losing access, losing him. And you don't need to make a spectacle. No need for fake flexing or cheesy vibes posts to stir drama. Just live. Hang with friends. Try new experiences. Travel. Do the things you always wanted, but put off because you were stuck in the delusion she'd come back. When you're out there moving, you create a magnetic pull. Nothing draws people in more than someone who's living fearlessly, exploring, diving into the world. And yeah, in the digital age, that hits social media. And trust me, it's gonna be chef's kiss. Because she'll see it. She'll see you laughing with new people, hitting new places, owning your space, being wanted. And that's when her cozy certainty that you were always hers to pick up or drop starts to crumble. She'll realize the world wants you too. Here's the kicker. Your social glow-up isn't just a petty revenge plot, though it works like a charm. It's proof you've moved on, grown, turned rejection into a springboard for a richer, fuller life. And nothing stings someone who ignored you more than seeing you thrive, surrounded by new people, new stories, new possibilities, with no room left for her. Now that you're out of your cave, socially active, and building your network, it's time to turn that momentum into one of the most powerful triggers of desire: scarcity. Think you're done just by stepping out? Nah, champ, the next move is surgical. Number 9, the scarcity effect. How to spark desire without saying a damn thing. Which, honestly, is a relief for you. Here's one of the most ruthless psychological truths, and one you've been ignoring while you were busy groveling. Scarcity. Desire doesn't come from what's always there, screaming, "Pick me." It comes from what's rare, what's hard to get, what's not on tap 24/7. What's abundant loses value. What's scarce? That's what people crave. And let's be real. You've been the opposite: endless supply, zero demand. Result? She ghosted you without a second thought. But now, with your transformation in motion, fingers crossed, you're actually doing it. It's time to flip the script and use scarcity as your silent, irresistible weapon. The best part? You don't have to say a word, which spares the world more of your cringy texts. How do you create scarcity? Easy. First, ditch the pathetic availability. Stop replying instantly. Stop being online all the time, ready to pounce on her high. If she reaches out, your response time isn't seconds anymore. It's hours, days, or maybe never. Why? Because you're not driven by anxious desperation anymore. You're guided by your new life, your priorities, your vibe, not her. Second, quit playing the fool on social media. No more sappy indirect posts, no "if you love, let go" nonsense. Good Lord, that's just neediness dressed up as wisdom. Real scarcity is when you vanish from her emotional radar. No warning, no drama, no scene. You're just gone. Suddenly, the guy she knew was always there, predictable, desperate, disappears. And what fills the void? Nothing. And that nothing? It's louder than any essay you could write. Third, live a life that naturally makes you hard to reach. The busier you are with your goals, friends, adventures, the less time and energy you have for her. And this isn't an act, it's your new reality. In this reality, anyone who wants you has to step up, show value, earn it. Here's the cruel, effective twist. You don't need to say a thing. Your silence, paired with your glow-up and scarcity, does the talking. It screams you've changed. You're not at her beck and call. You're a rare catch now. And if she wants you back, she'll have to work for it. In this space absence, scarcity, uncertainty, desire takes root. Quietly, uncontrollably. Because that's how it works. The one who ignored you starts wondering, what if he's done with me? Exactly what you wanted her to feel but never could, until you stop trying. Scarcity turns the emotional beggar into the prize, from the guy chasing crumbs to the one choosing who gets his attention. That's the only place you should and will be. Now, with scarcity in play, let's sharpen that impact using the most public and risky stage of your life, social media. Ready? Or you running back to check who she's following? Number 10. Social media, your silent showcase. Finally, using the internet for something other than stalking. If you used to treat social media like an extension of your desperation, posting cringy indirects, liking her every post, stalking her every move like a wannabe FBI agent, those days are done. Your relationship with the online world shifts now. Social media stops being your pity party and becomes your silent showcase. And no, you don't need to use it to attack, provoke, or play petty games. Leave that to angsty teens. Your digital presence is now the public reflection of your new life, your transformation, your glow-up. And trust me, she'll see it. Not because you're shoving it in her face, but because human curiosity is unstoppable. Women notice everything. They analyze. They read into every detail. Even when they swear they don't care anymore, they do. Always. At some point, out of boredom, ego, or sheer nosiness, she'll creep on your profile. She'll check your posts, see who you're with, how you're dressing, where you're going. And when she does, the impact needs to hit like a freight train. No forced influencer poses or cryptic lost but found captions. For the love of your new dignity, don't ruin this. How do you make that impact? With something you've probably never had: authenticity. Not faking happiness or staging a life that only exists online. It's about showing naturally that your life's moving forward, that you're good better than ever. Post that solid gym session, that trip you always wanted, that night out with friends where you're genuinely laughing, not posing for her jealousy. No forcing, no flexing, no drama, just living. Let your full, vibrant, interesting life spill over for anyone bold enough to look. And she will look. They always do. Even if she doesn't like, comment, or react, she sees. And the best part? You don't have to do a thing but be. Your silent showcase says more than 1,000 desperate 3 a.m. texts asking, why don't you reply? It says you didn't stop, didn't break, didn't wait. You used her rejection as fuel to rebuild. And most importantly, you're now someone she might not be able to reach again. Here's the cruel beauty. While you're busy living, she's busy watching. While you pull away emotionally, she creeps closer, curious, restless, unsettled. Your new digital presence mirrors your new identity. Those who see it feel it. And those who feel it start asking, did I let someone slip away that I can't get back? That's the question you always wanted her to ask, but never had the game to spark. Until now. Now that you've mastered your silent showcase, brace for what's coming if you've done this right. Her comeback. And when that happens, my friend, it's your call whether she's even worth it. Ready, or you rushing to post, single but missing you. Number 11. Her comeback. How to handle her signals. Or how not to screw it all up again. It's gonna happen. Don't give me that, oh, really? Look, it will. Might take days, weeks, months, hell, sometimes years, depending on how much she loves playing games, but it's coming. If you've stuck to this path of transformation and strategic absence, her return is as inevitable as your old habit of screwing it up. Why? Because you stopped doing what you always did. Chasing, begging, groveling. Your silence, your scarcity, your new life. It's eating away at her comfy certainty that you'd always be her backup plan, waiting in the wings. And then she's back. Maybe it's subtle. A sneaky like, a forced story reaction, a hey long time text that's fishing to see if you're still on the hook. Or maybe it's bolder. I had a dream about you. saw something that reminded me of you. How you holding up? Doesn't matter how it comes, it's always dressed up as casual, but it's really about one thing. Do I still have you? And this is where most guys blow it. They let their anxiety take the wheel, get all giddy, and reply like they've been handed the last lifeboat on the Titanic. I'm here, always was. Want me to grab you a coffee? Congrats, you just applied for your old job, professional ghostee. And the cycle restarts. She ghosts again. You cry again. But not you, not anymore. You're not that guy. Now you pause. You stay calm. You remember the powers in your hands. You decide if you reply. You decide when. And most importantly, how. Quick tip, no long emotional essays. No, where'd you go? Whining. No bitter sarcasm like, oh, now you want to talk? Please, you're above that. Your vibe matches your new life. Cool, confident, unbothered. If you choose to reply, and it's not a must, keep it chill, polite, but never like your world stopped for her. Show, subtly, that you're good, busy, thriving. Make it clear your life doesn't revolve around her anymore. If she wants in, she's gotta earn it. She's gotta rebuild the bridge she burned. And honestly, she might not make the cut. Her comeback is a test of whether you've really changed, or if it's all been a social media act with sad shower cries. The outcome isn't in your words, it's in your stance. Real men don't crumble when the one who ghosted them slides back in. They know closed doors open new ones. And those who walked away, they deal with the consequences. Never forget, real power isn't in making her come back. It's in being so whole, so secure, so fulfilled that when she does, and she will, you can look at her, smile, and decide, is she even worth it? Or, now, I'm the one who's done. That's when you win. Now that you know how to handle her return, it's time to face the biggest choice. Let her back in, or keep living your new life without a glance back. Choose wisely. Or repeat the same old cycle. Number 12. Should you let her back in or not? It's your call. And finally, you've got one. We've reached the make or break moment. The one most guys gloss over in this whole journey. After everything you've been through, or rather, everything you've stopped putting up with, here's the million-dollar question. Do you actually want her back? Or are you just caught up in the ego trip of winning, proving you made it, or rubbing it in her face that you didn't need her after all? Here's the hardest, most freeing lesson. Not every woman who comes back deserves a second shot. Just because she's regretting it, and trust me, she will, doesn't mean she's changed. Often her regret is just a bruised ego, a fear of losing you for good, not some deep, genuine shift. Don't mistake that for love or a real desire to reconnect. You've seen this movie before. You know how it ends. So, make this choice with something you've rarely used. Clarity, not with the dumb impulse to prove a point, or the childish neediness that thinks her return is your prize for waiting. Ask yourself, does this woman add anything real to your life? Does she share your values, act in ways that align with who you are now? Or is she just scrambling to fill the void she felt when she realized you're not her doormat anymore? And the gut punch question, does the man you are today, after all this growth, still want her? Or is that desire stuck in the past, tied to the weak, needy version of you that's long gone? I'm not going to tell you what to do. There's no right or wrong here, just choices and consequences. If you let her back in, fine. But do it with zero illusions, no starry-eyed expectations, and knowing you set the pace now. You're not the guy who chased, begged, or settled for scraps. She's got to prove she's worth your time. But if you decide she's not coming back, congrats. That's the peak of your evolution. Do it with the same calm confidence you've built. No anger, no grudges, no dramatic speeches. Just the quiet certainty that you're not losing anything. Just keeping your standards high, your dignity intact, and your new life untouched. The key here? This choice is yours. Not driven by neediness. Not fueled by a thirst for validation. but guided by the crystal clear knowledge of your own worth and a refusal to settle for less. And the choice that stings her the most, that shakes her to her core, is when you decide she's not worth it. She can try, she can reach out. But now, the one who's done, that's you. That's when she knows she lost. And there's nothing she can do. And you move forward. Free. Fulfilled and stronger than ever. Now that you've got the power and responsibility of this choice, brace for a surprising and honestly pretty damn satisfying side effect of your transformation. When other women start wanting you. Yeah, buddy, that day's coming. And then, you'll see who's chasing who. Number 13. The side effect when other women want you, and you realize what you wasted. Time. Here's the wildest, most unexpected, and let's be real, most rewarding part of your transformation. Other women start noticing you. And no, it's not magic or the universe paying you back. It's just how it works. The man who comes out of this process isn't the insecure, needy guy begging for a glance. You're now confident, independent, living a full, vibrant life. And that kind of man, he's rare. So he's admired. So he's wanted. Your new magnetism isn't just in your sharper look or your active social life, though. Let's be honest, that's a hell of an upgrade from the pajama-clad, room-locked photo-liking you. It's in your energy, your vibe, your mindset. Women sense it. They notice a man who knows his worth, who doesn't bend, who doesn't beg, who's already chosen himself. Suddenly, you're getting looks you never got before. Invites that used to pass you by. Interest that felt like a fantasy. New women with fresh stories and perspectives start showing up, offering not just romance but connections that actually fit the man you are now, not the pathetic version you left behind. And the irony? While the woman who ghosted you, the one you put on a pedestal, finally sees what she lost, other women are already seeing what you've become. While she's wrestling with regret and doubt, you're out here, surrounded by real, healthy possibilities. Women who see your value up front. No games, no dismissal, no making you feel small. This is the natural side effect of growth. The world sees you differently because you see yourself differently. The guy who was obsessed, stuck on one woman who wouldn't even reply, is now free, desired, with options. And maybe, just maybe, as you explore these new connections, you'll realize that woman you thought was irreplaceable, she wasn't. Not even close. This side effect isn't just a bonus. It's proof your transformation is real. You've gone from ignored to irresistible. You didn't just survive, you soared. Now, with this new you, there's one final step. Locking in this change with a reflection and a call to action that'll shape your life moving forward. Or, you could ignore all this and go back to creeping on her profile, waiting for a, "Hey stranger." Your call, as always. Game over, my man. We've reached the end of this raw, necessary, long overdue journey. From ignored to irresistible. From the guy groveling for someone who didn't care to the man who walks tall, confident, knowing his worth. From the dude crying into his pillow to the one who, honestly, barely remembers she exists. It wasn't easy. It wasn't quick. But it was the only way to pull you out of that pathetic state of living for someone else and plant you firmly in the driver's seat of your own life. Congrats. Or frankly, it's about damn time. Today, you're not the guy waiting by his phone, dying over an unanswered text, losing sleep over what you could have done better. You're the man who knows real power lies in choosing yourself, prioritizing yourself, transforming yourself. And the irony? In doing that, you became the exact kind of man she never should have ignored. Her loss. Your win. Now, you've got two simple paths. Keep growing, keep evolving. Or, like a total idiot, fall back into the emotional traps of trying to prove a point or get even. Newsflash. Living to flex on your ex isn't winning. It's just the same weakness in a shiny new outfit. Here's the one thing I want you to burn into your soul. Your dignity isn't up for grabs. Your worth isn't in the hands of someone who couldn't see it. Your value is and always will be in you. And now, the final question. No fluff, no sugarcoating, straight up. Are you gonna keep sending good morning to someone who ghosts you? Or are you finally gonna step up as the man who doesn't beg, doesn't grovel, and never loses himself for anyone? Choose, champ. The world doesn't respect the guy who crawls. It doesn't admire the one who begs. It only respects the one who rises, grows, and keeps moving. So move. Your new life's just getting started. And if you've got an ounce of emotional sense left, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and drop in the comments. What's the biggest lesson you're taking from this? I want to see who gets it and who's running back to check her last scene. Go on. And never again let anyone have the audacity to ignore you. The end. Or for the stubborn ones, the start of the same old cycle. Your choice.